Hey, what's up, family? It's your boy here, Dr. B again. We're going to review today the new Masterverse Vintage Collection Skeletor. Got this guy off of the Walmart app. Came the next day. There are a couple more figures in the line that were not available, such as Faker and um, Zodak. So hopefully we'll get those in due time. But in the meantime, let's take a look at this new Masterverse Vintage Collection. Before we get started, if you guys are new here, welcome. I try to put out a couple videos a month, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking and hitting the notification bell, and if you want to drop a comment, I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to build the channel, but I don't know, just out the gate, what do you guys think? This is another subline, and while I'm always thankful to get new Masters of the Universe product, there's a part of me that's getting a little bit of some fatigue of just the same characters rehashed in different, scales and sublines and packaging. So we'll see. Skeletor's always been my favorite bad guy, as I'm sure he has been for many of us. He tends to be a really well received character, and I understand that Mattel does try to maximize their profits on the molds that they have. So let's give it a chance and take a look at him. Just at our first glance, he doesn't look that different from the other Masterverse Skeletors. I may pull some just to do a little bit of a comparison. The buck is slightly different though. The buck does come from the San Diego Comic-Con 40th anniversary 2-pack, but that Skeletor was kind of a much brighter blue. So we'll take a look at them. First, let's take a look at the box art. We got the exploding red rocks, which is a nice callback to the vintage packaging of the 80s. Looking at the back, also definitely a very vintage inspired artwork. Definitely gives us Origins vibes. Basically, the write-up is Masters of the Universe 7-inch action figures. You can collect them all, each sold separately. Skeletor ruthlessly schemes to take control of Castle Grayskull and all Eternia. And then down here, in 1982, Masters of the Universe took the world by storm with action figures that captured the imaginations of people from here to Eternia. Today, the Masterverse celebrates the original designs as modern 7-inch scale action figures with the Vintage Collection. Alrighty, so nothing really on the sides. The top just shows the Masterverse logo. Bottom, not much. Alright, let's open this guy up and see what we got. Alright. Let's see if there's any accessories in here. Yes, so it does look like there's a little panel in here for accessories. So we'll go ahead and see if we can get that out, guys. See it, feel it. Alright, there we go. Alright. The rest is just packaging. So this is a little bit new. We're used to kind of the white, translucent, almost parchment paper or wax paper. This is red with Masters of the Universe printed on it. It's probably a sword. Yep, there's his power sword. Very nice power sword. I do like that. Looks a little bit different than previous ones. Yeah, that's a nice power sword. For Skeletor. Oh, looks like we have some hands in here too. Yep, we have some extra hands. Let's see here. We have this is a right fist and a left kind of semi-open hand. So those are always nice. The Havoc staff does look like previous Havoc staffs we've gotten in the Masterverse line. So that's nothing new. Let's pop Skeletor out. Alright. That goes in the recycle bin. Okay, so taking a look at him. Okay, all right, I dig it. Out the gate, very cool. We've got his classic appearance of his armor. I do like the metallic light purple there as an accent. Face looks great. It's kind of a yellowish with some kind of highlights. I do like the red pupils in the middle of the eyes. That looks really cool. The hood does have a nice texture, which we've seen before. The feet do look a little bit different. I mean, let's do the zoom up in here. We'll get this into some better lighting. Uh, that's that's not better lighting. All right, there we go. Now we can see his feet a lot better. Three-toed monster feet. And of course, that's how vintage Skeletor came. He always had the three-toed monster feet. Let's check out his articulation. We'll put the hands aside for now. Let's see. Does he have? Oh, nice. He does have a scabbard for his sword. We'll put that in the back there, and we'll have him holding his Havoc staff. So, all right. So, head, yeah, can do a full 360. Can look up, down a little bit. The jaw is not articulated. Okay, shoulders, full 360. Abduct about 90 degrees. And there's a bicep swivel, double hinged elbows. Does have the finned forearms. There are some nice blue highlights there. Same thing on the other side. He does have a kind of a diaphragm cut up there. Got great highlights to his abs. Do like that. And let's see here. See if he's got the drop down hips. Yep, he sure does. Which I'm not sure where those came from, but those have been a recent addition, and I do like them. And we'll put his loincloth back there. Double jointed knees. Boot cut. And we definitely have articulation at the ankles. Mine is a little bit stuck, but let's check it on the other side. That one's much better. It's almost got like a ratchet effect. So I'm not sure what's going on with this guy. And it looks like there's maybe some of the plastic is kind of messed up on this ankle, if you can see that. So we'll just maybe pick that off. And look at that. Better. I do like the paint apps on the little rivets there. That looks good. Also on top of the shoulders. Even highlight some spray on the back of the torso, the legs, and the arms. All right, overall, first impressions. Great Skeletor figure. If you guys are missing a good kind of basic 7-inch Skeletor figure, this is a great one to get. It's available on Walmart.com. These might be Walmart exclusives. I'm not 100% certain, so don't quote me on that. And other than that, though, I mean, let's maybe take a look at some other Skeletor figures and do a little bit of a comparison. All right, so let's take a look at some other Masterverse Skeletors and see how the Vintage Collection one stands up to it. So this is the Barbarian Skeletor, and this is on the original buck that is on most of the Masterverse figures. You can see here he does have completely different boots. Totally different. And he does have 5-toed feet versus the 3-toed feet. Taking a look at the head sculpts. Let's take these out. All right, let's check them out. Yeah, no, those are different. So this is a new head sculpt, as far as I can tell. I do have the Skeletor that came with the Bone Throne. I'm not sure where I put him, but I know that's not the same head sculpt because that one had an articulated jaw. The armor, at least the chest armor, is different. Yeah, so is the loincloth. This one has more of a pronounced kind of a, I don't know, sigil than this one. And then looking at the buck is definitely from the 40th anniversary. That is the same buck. Actually, everything is the same except the head sculpt. The 40th anniversary one has a lot more paint hits. You probably can't see it, but there's some, shading in the hood, the armor, feet, and yeah, this is the exact same figure except a different head. But I like the vintage collection head better, I think. Even though this one did have that articulating jaw, it's cool. I mean, it's not a bad Skeletor. I just like that one better. And here we can tell that the Havoc staffs are exactly the same. The vintage collection has a darker purple. So we'll put that back in his hand. All right. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I like it. At first I wasn't on board 100%. I kind of felt like, oh, this is just a kind of a cash grab, from Mattel. They was trying to make us buy the same figures over and over. And I get it. I mean, they're in the business of selling action figures, so that's on par with what they do. But looking at these three, I really like the vintage collection one better, actually. So fingers crossed for He-Man that they put out a vintage collection, a Masterverse vintage collection He-Man with a good head sculpt. This is great. This is a great head sculpt. I would highly recommend them. And for $20, I don't mind having another Skeletor, especially if he's an upgrade of some kind. So other than that, guys, that's our review for the Masterverse Vintage Collection Skeletor. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. Tell me, which Skeletor do you like better? The Barbarian, the Bone Throne, 40th Anniversary, or the Vintage Collection? Until next time, guys, I appreciate you sticking around. Talk to y'all later.